Hello, lovelies. Let's start crafting and make it till our eyes smile, I like to say. Today's video is part of Crafted 3 Ways Christmas Edition. I'm joining my lovely friends Lisa and Company, Kat, according to Kat, and Casey from Coffee with My Sunshine. Please go check out their video. I will leave the link in my description box along with their channel. Shall we get started? DIY number 1. I'm going to take this cute little mouse I found at Walmart. It was $1 and some change, and I thought it was really cute. So I thought, I'm going to put some Krafty Leany love to it. So I just glued the top of his hat so it stands out a little more. And I added some of this 3D puffy paint. And I just put it on top of his little mug so he looks like he has whipped cream coming from his mug. Now I want him to have a little bit more of a nose, so I got some of my air dry clay and I just made a little tiny little ball and let it dry, and then I glued it to the tip of his nose. I'm going to use my plaid acrylic black apple barrel paint, and I'm just going to put it right there on top of his little button nose. It's not a button, but hey, it's a clay nose, but you can knit it. You can't even tell I added him. So cute. And then I'm going to add some of this folk art, Barely Pink, and I'm just going to put it right there on his cheeks. And I use the back of my paintbrush just so it comes out into a complete little circle. It's just easier for me to do it this way. And I did that to both sides till my eyes were smiling and my heart was singing, and I was happy with the way it looked. After I did the cheeks, I went to the ears and I put it in the middle of the ears. So when I was done, I put them aside so that puffy paint can dry a little bit. And I didn't wait till it was fully dry yet. I waited till it was just a bit dry, but still a little where you can move it around, and it was kind of sticky, so I can get the back of my paintbrush and just make it look like whipped cream and put some little bit of texture in there. Once it fully dried, I went over it with a little bit of that chocolate brown apple barrel acrylic paint, and all I did was dab it with my brush just to make it look like if he had a little bit of cocoa or cinnamon sprinkles on there. You know what I mean. And then I got my finger and I just dab it on top just to kind of give it here and there. It looks lighter and darker and like sprinkles. And there you have it. Is that not cute? Quick, easy. You can always get something from a store and you can change it to what you want. DIY number 2. I'm going to get these little Walmart styrofoam balls, and they come in different sizes, but as you can tell, I took 4 of the smallest styrofoam balls out of the package. And then I got 4 of these candy canes from Dollar Tree, and all I'm going to do is cut the little curved part out so we have candy cane sticks. I'm going to make some little holes with some glue, hot glue, and put these sticks right inside that little ball. We are going to make little cake pops. We had to pick one item to decorate in 3 ways for Christmas, and I chose these Dollar Tree candy canes. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be so much fun. And did I have fun making all of these? So now I'm using the Nickelodeon Mode Light. It's white clay and it's air dry. Love it, and it's lightweight. It feels like a melted marshmallow consistency. Like, that puffy marshmallow. That's what it feels like. So much fun to play with. So all I did was get a little bit out at a time, and then I just started putting it right on top of the ball opposite of the stick, and just started pressing down with my finger and molding it to the way I want it to look. So now we're going to paint our little cake, the cake part of our styrofoam ball. And I got these 2 colors, light mocha with the cottage chalk paint, and I mixed them both together. You can use maybe a light pink or whatever color you want your cake part to be. That's what you use. But I thought this was really cute, and I love the way it looked with the texture of the styrofoam ball. It really gives that cake texture. So all I did was do one coat, let it set a little bit, and then I went over it one more time. And I do this to all 4 of my cake pops. So now after I was done with that, I got my little cake pop and I put little berries on it. And these were from the Dollar Tree. They came from I guess that you buy them in like a bush of berries. And they have a little bit of glitter on them. But I thought they were really cute. I took the glitter kind of off and I just used them because I wanted them to kind of look like those, you know, the little cinnamon round candies. That's what I wanted it to kind of go. And that's what the look I was going for. Spit it out, Leanie, spit it out. Yeah. That's what I was going for, was the cinnamon little candies. And I just put them on the top, and I did that to 2 of them. And then the other one, make sure you don't put them too close. See, if you put them too close, they'll stick together. So as they're drying, make sure they're separated. So what I did was I did 2 of them with those Dollar Tree berries. And then the other 2, I used Walmart berries for the other 2. So I have, you know, 2 different looks on the little cake pops. So now I left them overnight to make sure that they're fully dry. And then the next morning, I got some of this. Yep, I love to recycle here on Krafty and Leanie. You guys know that. Well, I got all my little sticker, you know, packaging and all my, like, you know, just all my plastics that I've had on hand from, I guess you could say, trash to really treasures. And I just cut them to fit my lollipops. You can use cellophane paper or you can use saran wrap if you like, but I just recycled what I had and they came out perfect. After I cut them, I just wrapped them, used this baker's twine that I got from the Dollar Tree and just made little bows on them. And then I just trimmed the plastic all around for my cake pops. And then I just fluff them. They came out so cute, right? Look at that. And you would never know that was a sticker package. So look at this. Another one. I just got my trash to treasure plastic and cut them. This was to one of those ropes. What do you call it? Mesh ropes. Yeah, the mesh tubes. And all I did was cut it, use that again. This time I'm going to use a pipe cleaner, wrapped it around, and it made it a lot easier to do my bows and hold that plastic closed the way I want it to stay. And then I just double knotted my baker's twine. And then I make my bow. And after I made my bow, I just remove that pipe cleaner. And there you have it. Nice and tight, really cute. Trim it. Isn't those, oh my God, I'm so in love with these. So cute. I got one of these Dollar Tree little jars. I was going to show you me putting a ribbon around it, but I said, I really didn't want to do that. It's really simple. Just got some more ribbon, crisscrossed it, and put a little dab of glue to hold it. And then I put one of those cute little, shabby little cute silk rosettes that I got from Walmart, and I put it in the center of that bow. And I like that I can remove that bow if I want to, or the ribbon off the jar, and use it for something else if I like. And it's so cute, right? I love it. Well, I was looking at it and I decided to add one of these, I don't know, I'm just recycling, right? It's one of those little round pieces that come on one of the frames that I had used for a different project. You'll see me use that frame in this video. But I ended up using that round circle. And I got these little candy canes, cut them, and put them into 4 little stands. I just glue them all together in the center after I cut them. I was inspired from Pinterest with this one, but I added some ribbon all the way around, and it's from the Dollar Tree ribbon. This one's really simple, fast. You just wrap it around. I added some glue just to hold it, and then wrap and then hold. Then I'm using a water bottle cap, and I just glue it right to the center underneath that little round circle. I'm going to fill it up with hot glue all the way to the rim, and then I put my candy canes right in the center, and I hold it for a few seconds just to make sure that it stays really nice, and then let it dry. Then I spray it with my Mod Podge sealant spray, and you see me smooth it out on the top and on the bottom. And then I got my chalk paint, and I kind of mixed it when it was still wet, and I went all the way around. So this, I don't know, sometimes I do this so I don't have to go over it again with the Mod Podge if I don't want. But I ended up spreading it all around, painting it, and oh, I absolutely love the way it looked. And then I got some of that faux snow from Dollar Tree. It's kind of like really pretty light iridescent. And I just went around the edges only, not the center, not the bottom. Just rolled it around so it goes on the edge of my little candy cane stand. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. And since it already had the Mod Podge with it, it stuck really nice. After it dried, I did one more time go over it with my Mod Podge spray because I want to make sure that those sprinkles stayed. After it was fully dried, I added some hot glue. If you want your jar to stay really nice and, have a really, strong bond, I suggest putting some E6000 or put another glue with it. And just add the hot glue to keep, it holding tight and stay in place while that glue dries. But I just used hot glue and I was happy with that. I centered it, and there is my cake pop stand. DIY number 3. I'm just going to get a plain little box that I had on hand, and all I'm going to do is paint it with my cottage chalk paint. I paint the inside, the outside, underneath. I painted the whole entire box. After I did that, I got these little knobs from Walmart, and all I'm doing is going to paint those with my crimson chalk paint in Waverly. I'm going to use one of these little curvy parts of the candy canes that I cut, and it made a really good handle while I was painting. So that was really good. And you just paint all 4 of them. After they were dry, I got the cottage chalk paint, and I just painted around the center of those knobs. I didn't want it to look absolutely perfect. I wanted it to kind of have that, I don't know, homemade look. So I just went all the way around them with that paint. After those, I put them aside, let them dry, and after I did that, I got some fabric from the Dollar Tree, and I love it because it had a candy cane look, and I just cut it where I folded it in half, and then folded in half again and cut, fold in half again and cut, and I just wanted to make little tiny squares. You want them to be, they don't have to be a perfect square, but you want it as close as can be. And all you do is you do a triangle, you fold it over one of the sides, and then you fold the other sides to where you have a little point. And you want to keep one side with a little lip, because that little lip is where you're going to glue them all together to make your flower. So I do that, and then I get my glue and I just put it right there on the side where it goes into the middle, and then I just put one dab of a little bit of glue and then pinch to hold it. I'll show you one more time. Triangle, fold over, and leave that little lip, and then we glue the center and pinch. Triangle, we're going to fold over and leave that little lip. Make sure you go all in the same direction, because when you glue them down, you want to make sure that you're going full circle with that lip. So I cut a piece of little cardboard that I had, and I made it into a little circle, and then just glue all of these little, just right there in the center. I put a little bit of glue, and you put each point in the center of that circle. And see how you're using that lip and you're just overlapping. And there you have it. You made you a cute little shabby bow. I call them little shabby bows. And I'm using these little they're little Walmart lacy florets. You find those in the fabric section. And you get you get about 12 of them, some of them, and you get 10. And I think they look really cute when you put them in the center of a shabby bow. Now this ribbon is also from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to glue it. You see me gluing it right around that box. It matched the bow I made, and all I did was glue that to the center and then glued these two little florets right in the center. I glued the bottoms of the little knobs that we painted, and I just glued them to the bottom of the box. Now I'm spraying the whole thing with my Mod Podge, my sealant. I don't know, I just sprayed the whole thing. And now I'm going to set it aside, and we're going to let it dry. I'm going to get the same clay I'm using. It's Nickelodeon Made Light. It's air dry. It's like a puffy clay. And all I'm doing is I just got a little bit out, put a ball, swirled it, and then I just put a little stick in there to hold that dent. After I was done, I'm going to let them dry. Once they were all dry, I got that crimson red chalk paint. Oh, sorry. First, we're going to glue our sticks. Gotta glue our sticks first. Sorry about that. Glue our sticks first. Once we glue our sticks on, we're going to get that crimson Waverly chalk paint, and then I'm going to paint my lollipops. They don't have to be perfect, because when you do see sometimes some candy cane lollipops, they're not absolutely perfect. And I want them to look cute, whimsical, and natural at the same time. So I'm just going to paint the swirls. See how I'm painting? And I paint around just as I went in any old way. And I do all 3 lollipops. I did a large one and 2 smaller ones. I'm using the candy cane sticks that I cut. I cut the curve off of the candy cane and just used the stick part. Now I'm going to get this faux snow again from Dollar Tree. I'm going to put it on a paper plate and I just sprinkle it there. I'm going to paint some Mod Podge, and you want to use the gloss or you want to use the shiny one because you want your lollipops to still have some kind of shimmer shine to it. And I did that, and then I just went over it, dipped it into that faux snow because it kind of looks like a sugary once it's dried, and I really fell in love with the way it looked. Set them aside, let them dry. I cut some styrofoam that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I just cut it to fit inside that little box. Glued it in there, and then put my little candy canes where I want them to stay. After I was happy with where they were, I glued them into the styrofoam. I got some of this cute loop yarn. I love using this stuff. I don't know, it's so soft and fluffy and it just seems so cozy and reminds me of winter. And I just added that inside the box. After I put it in there and I was happy with the way it looked and my eyes were smiling again, I just trim it. So now after I puffed it up the way I want it to stay, I love using this Mod Podge spray sealant, and I just spray it on everything one more time, even the yarn, because I want it to stay in place. And there you have it. I love it. Came out so cute. Next DIY, I got these little dies from Dollar Tree, and all I'm going to do is paint it with the white cottage paint. After it dries, I got 2 more candy canes from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to glue as is in the center, and I made holes with my scissors. Just poke it in there, twist, and it went perfect. My candy canes fit perfect. Put some glue in there and just glued them right in the center of the marshmallows. Easy as that. This one's a quick one and easy. Now what I'm going to do is that same clay that we used, it's the Nickelodeon Made Light, it's air dry clay, and I'm just going to take a little bit, make a ball, and then smash it right to the other side opposite of the stick, candy cane, and we're going to make it look like we dipped it in chocolate. I use the palm of my hand to push it down, and it doesn't have to be perfect because you want it to look as if you dipped it in chocolate or poured chocolate over them. After I did that, I pressed down because I still want it to have that chocolate, like if the chocolate was laying on the table and it kind of molded that way. I'm going to do it one more time so you can see. I know it's kind of fast, I'm sorry, but I really wanted to show it twice so you can see how I did it. I just used the palm of my hand and pressed down my thumb just to push it the way I want it. And it does not have to be perfect. And then I press down on the bottom because I still want that little bit of lip, see it? And then I set them aside to let it dry. I'm going to use that chocolate apple barrel paint, and I'm just going to paint now the clay where we put it, and I'm going to leave the rest of it white. So now what I'm doing is I'm using a smaller brush to go around. If you get it on your marshmallow, that is fine because you can always do touch-ups. I did 3 coats because I really wanted it to look chocolatey. So I let them dry in between. It's very important to let your paint dry in between when you are doing projects so you get a full, complete coverage. So after my chocolate dries, I go back and I get the white paint, cottage white, and I just go around cottage white chalk paint. So cottage chalk paint, and I just did my touch-ups. After it dries, I get that same ribbon and I'm just going to fold it over, put a little dab of glue, fold it over, and then pinch it down right in the center and pinch it down in the middle. And then I get a piece of pipe cleaner. You can use string, twine, whatever you have, floral wire. I use the pipe cleaner and I just twisted it right in the middle. And then I put it to the candy cane and twist, and there you have it. My bow is on there. I like this. Oh, it's so cute. You can leave the bow as is, but I wanted to add something. And I added that little pretty lace flower just to give it a little shabby look to it. So now what I'm doing, I'm just getting a little bit brown, and I mixed it with that, again, the color that we did the cake pops, kind of the same color. And what I did was just go around the edges of my marshmallow just so it gives it kind of a shadowy look, like it's kind of a roasted marshmallow a little bit. DIY number 5. Okay. I got one of these little Dollar Tree frames. I love using these little frames. You just remove whatever has in it and you can fix it to what you want. I just removed all those things, and that's okay because I like the white already, but I'm going to do something right in the center so you don't see all that pink. I just get a piece of copy paper, cut it to where it's not exactly the size yet, but you'll see me. I put it in there. I fold it because I do want it to be a little thicker. Cut it again. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the eraser part of my pencil. I don't know why, but I always do this. It's easier for me. I've done it like this for years. I guess it's a habit, so I just keep doing it. I don't know. So I just get my eraser and I go along the edges really good, and it shows where to cut for me. It leaves a great line, and I just follow along and it fits perfectly. So now I'm getting my Mod Podge, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in there and I mix it with my cottage paint, chalk paint, and I'm just going to paint the whole thing. And I do put it on the back of the copy paper also. And yeah, I like to sometimes, if it's going to be one whole color, I like to mix the paint with my Mod Podge all at once. So then when it dries, I don't really have to keep painting and Mod Podging, painting and Mod Podging. So I just do everything in one shot. Let it dry. And after it dried, I got my Cricut and I used a cute little saying that I seen on there that they had on the Cricut design. And I really thought this fit what I was doing. And I like that I put the twisted. I did do that Cricut on purpose because, hey, it's twisted. And I thought it went perfect for what my theme was for my tier tray for you. And all I did was press it down, and you keep doing that until you see everything coming off. And pull slowly. I know it shows me doing it quick, but you do take your time. I take my time doing this so everything stays. Isn't that cute? Sweet and twisted. I don't know. I thought that was perfect. Very cute. So now I'm getting pieces that I had left over from my candy cane projects. And I thought, these would look so cute as a heart. So I made a little heart because it's sweet. And then candy canes are twisted. So there we go. Is that not cute? What a way to use some of the leftover candy canes that we used making our tier tray projects. So now I'm just going to get a piece of those sticks, and I'm going to cut one in half because I want them small, and then I cut again. So I cut it in half and then I cut again to have two little pieces. And I just glue the two little pieces into a little point underneath twisted. So now I'm getting that baker's twine from Dollar Tree, and I just wrapped it around my fingers a couple times, and then I tied another little piece, cut a piece, and then I'm going to put it right in the middle and tie a double knot just to make a cute little bow. And I decided to glue it right there in the corner of my frame. I trimmed where I wanted it, the little tails, and then I glued one of those cute little flowers in the center to match everything else. And there you have it, easy as that. Here is our final look of our tier tray of everything we made. Is that not beautiful and cute at the same time? So fun and festive, yummy, yummy. It reminds me of you would see this in Mrs. Claus's kitchen. So cute, sweet, and twisted. Well, I hope you enjoyed what I made for you today. Please give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so. I really love for you to be part of my Crafty Leanie World family. Every Tuesday, I do Leanie Shabby Tuesdays, weekly videos. It was my pleasure crafting with you today. Hugs, kisses, and fairy dust wishes. Be kind to yourself and others. I'll see you in my next video.